Well, why'd you come back?
A few reasons, First off, I just felt it was the best decision for me personally, and the reason being is, I wanted to win the championship here ever since I was a kid. Growing up a UT fan, my dad going here, things like that. So I figured if I come back, I'll have a really good opportunity to do that, and I promised myself I'm gonna do everything in my power to make that happen. So that's number one. Number two is I get another year to play alongside my brother Kirk. Both of our last years. And number three is I get my degree here in December. So staying in school allows me to kind of have an opportunity to accomplish all of those. So.
Obviously, football's opened doors for you, but like you mentioned, your family has a connection to the University of Texas. Your dad, your brother, your sister. How was it just to come back, and how much was it just a school, not necessarily football, but just being at Texas and like you mentioned, getting your degree? How much did that contribute?
Yeah, I think for anybody, it's important to kind of commit to a school, not necessarily coaches or whatever. Yeah, it's great to have an amazing relationship with your coaches, but at the end of the day, coaches come and go, and you see that at different programs around the nation. So it's the school that's really always going to be there. And UT is just tradition and history is second to none, and just me being able to be a part of that's a blessing. My dad going there, and literally my whole family's there. My brother's on the team with me, my sister's on the track and field team, so all of the kids are there as well too.
Texas obviously means a lot to you and your family. Do we make too big of a deal when a guy does horns down another player on another team?
I don't know. Personally, I try not to pay no mind, but at the end of the day, I think it's a little pride thing when people do that. It's like, you literally love this program so much and you put so much blood, sweat, and tears into it. It's like a family. But when someone does that, it's like, dang, they're disrespecting my family. So it's kind of like a little pride thing. But at the end of the day, all this debate of should it be a flag, should it not, I don't really get into all that. I can't control it. I just do what I can and try to let my play on the field do the talking if I take it personally.
Is it almost a sign of respect maybe because, there are like 5 schools that think Texas is their biggest rival?
I think it was like 11 or something.
Well,
crazy.
whatever. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well,
hey, everybody hates you guys. You know
yeah,
that.
It's been that way, since I remember. And, when you come to Texas, you're going to get everyone's best shot, it is what it is, but that's why we come to UT, to kind of have the X on our back and play at a big-time program and play some big-time ball.
Sam, what RPOs do for you this season?
It can definitely I feel like if you hit on those RPOs, and I feel like it just makes the offense go so much more smooth and stuff. And you got to pick your poison as a defender. You got to, if you want to play the run or the pass, you can't really play both. So it's like a pick your poison thing. It helps get us in a rhythm.
Last year there was often almost an instant check. It seemed like for Ehlinger when he saw certain things, it meant fade ball to Collin Johnson. Are we going to see more of that this year, or is that?
I'm always going to see more. Always going to see more of that. And if they double cover me, then my teammate's going to be open. But at the end of the day, you got to pick your poison, and that's just something that we game plan around and stuff. But you're going to see more of that, of course.
What can Malcolm Epps do this season? Is he got to wait his turn, or is he going to have to get on the field?
He's a beast. Whenever he hits the field, whenever that time comes, whether it's some this year or next year or whatever, he's going to be a beast. So that's one guy who really developed. And watching him in spring ball, I didn't really take part in spring ball. I didn't do any contact and stuff, still coming off my knee and things like that. So Malcolm just balled out. I think he led the team in receptions, things like that. So he had an unbelievable spring ball. He's just going to carry that over to the season. I'm really confident.
I know you guys knew what kind of impact Andrew Beck had as a tight end, but I think a lot of people might have missed the fact that he was really a key to that offense last year. What does the tight end do for your guys' offense? Why is it so important?
Man, the tight end has to be just a dog. He has to have the ability to block and also catch the ball like a receiver and make plays. So Andrew Beck was a huge key to that. Him leaving is going to hurt, but at the same time, I'm fully confident we'll have people step in that role. Like Kate Brewer has unbelievable hands and has been really developing into a complete football player, and I'm excited to see him play this season.
If you've got a guy that's a threat in the middle of the field like a tight end can be, what does it do for you guys that are spread out wide?
I always say you got to pick your poison. You can't guard everybody, so the more tight ends the catches get, the more the receivers will be open. And everything kind of works hand in hand.
Collin, you've got a pretty robust YouTube channel and some really professionally done videos. How important is it for you to build your brand, kind of for your future, and what's your goals with that?
So, I started the YouTube channel. A lot of people ask me about that just because I just have a sole passion off inspiring people, inspiring kids. I know what I wanted to hear and most importantly, what I needed to hear when I was younger, a young student athlete in middle school, high school, and so forth. And I think I'm using my platform now since I have the platform playing at UT, and people look up to me, whatever, to kind of use that for good and create a YouTube channel in my free time and just post videos every now and then to inspire people and show them kind of the inside loop of what student athletes really do and what we really go through, what really happens. So that's why I did it. Obviously it's like not monetized or anything like that. It's just something I do just because I have a passion for it.
Okay. Who in the wide receiver room of kind of the younger up and coming guys do you see is really stepping up and starting to like embrace their roles and starting to become leaders themselves?
First off, it's like me and Devin, the senior leaders, but a lot of young talent in the receiver room, so we need young guys to kind of hop on board, start leading, helping us, and all that stuff. But a few of them really. Joshua Moore's in there, working in the slot a lot, been working really hard to get better, and he's just a playmaker. We're going to need him this season as well. He's been balling. Just really a lot of young guys. Brandon Eagles, Malcolm Epps, like those guys are the ones that come to mind. And Jake Smith just got in there, and he's working really hard. And I like that kid a lot. Just his work ethic and the way he approaches the game, and every day he's just a really hard worker. So a lot of those guys.
And what's the number one thing you've been working on for yourself this all season that you wanted to improve?
I just want to, a more understanding of the game of football. Just like you could always know more, and I want to practice getting bigger, faster, stronger. And I've been gaining some weight, getting faster, stronger, all that. Even though, post like my knee surgery deal and everything like that, I still have gotten, bigger, faster, stronger. So that's something I really take pride in, and just being able to, break tackles. Just I feel like I want to take my game to the next level in every aspect of it. So.
Collin, who's the best receiver in this conference?
Best receiver in this conference? There's a lot of great receivers in this conference. Obviously, like you guys know that the Big 12, and I feel like the talk of the Big 12 is almost like receivers now, and just having my name in that conversation is, a blessing. And I try to let my play do the talking, and I have opportunity to make plays. So I'm just excited for the season and show what I can do.
Collin, you guys lost LJ to the draft, and do you think people are sleeping on Devin Duvernay, who was really good last year?
For sure, Devin is just always. I think it's just because kind of the way he carries himself. He's quiet, doesn't say much. When I tell you that dude can ball, like he can really ball. The dude's faster than anybody I've seen, and he's a playmaker. So I think that's one guy. When people ask me who do you think will be a breakout player this year, that's one guy. The first guy that comes to my mind on the offensive side of the ball. He's just a beast, and I'm fortunate to be able to line up next to him and just compete with that guy because he's a competitor.
Do you watch tape of any of the other guys in this conference?
A little bit. I watch highlight tapes or stuff they're good at, and in the conference, in the NFL, I'm the type of guy who just absorbs everything in, and I love learning. If someone in the conference is doing something or balling on, doing things that I don't really have in my game, I watch it and try to learn and apply that to my game, and I do that with every single receiver that I think is a baller or making plays, and I try to just apply that to my game. So.
Collin, you talk about the other receivers in this conference, and the Big 12 is loaded at that position, but when the preseason media poll came out for the All Big 12 team, your name wasn't on there at the wide receiver spot. Does that serve as extra motivation? What were you feeling when that list came out, and what does that inspire you to do your senior year?
At the end of the day, it's not my goal to be on preseason, list. Like that means, I don't want to say it means nothing, but at the end of the season, that's what really matters. And my goal is to just do everything I can to put UT in the best position to win games and things like that, and do everything in my power to do that. So I just show up every day and work hard and try to be the best I can be. And I feel like the numbers, the list, the rankings, you name it, will kind of work itself out if I just focus on being the best, Collin Johnson I can be.
Collin, what's one part of your brother's game that you might steal from him and apply it to your game? But something that you really admire about?
His motor.
Okay.
His motor, it does not shut off. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a motor like it in football, like at every level. Pop Warner, middle school, high school, college, even watching in the pros, there's not really another motor out there in my opinion. Maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm not, but seeing that motor each and every day, every time he hits the field is unbelievable, and it's motivating to me. Like, that's the way the game should be played.
Is it maybe a little too extreme at times, or
honestly,
are you
yeah,
like,
but
man, tone it down?
I mean, a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's the way football's supposed to be played. So if people don't like it, you got to get used to it, because football is meant to be played full speed.
What do you do when you just don't feel like doing it? What do you do when you're just like, man, I just don't feel like practicing? Like, how do you get through that?
You have to see your long-term. This is just about maturity. You have to see your long-term goal and what you want to accomplish, and you have to understand what that takes. and then by any means necessary, you have to get there. So your emotions come and go, all that. So you can't listen to your emotions. You have to start listening to what you know is right and principles and values you stand for. And that's what I believe. You always got to think tactically, not emotionally. When you wake up, tactically, it makes sense to get up early and get your workout in and stuff like that. But emotionally, you're like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to work out today. So it's important listening to kind of your what you know is right rather than your emotions.
Right. So one of the things that I cover is like licensed collectibles, trading cards, things like that. So the college license stuff has gotten really big over the last few years. So did you ever collect anything growing up, like football cards or baseball cards or anything like that?
Not really, not like cards or anything like that. I'm trying to think if I collected anything like. Not really. Maybe when I was really little, like just a bunch of games. I love video games, so maybe that.
Because if you get in the league next year, you're going to have a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
they crank that stuff out.
Crank the stuff up. You got to sign thousands of cards. It looks like. So I don't know. I think I've been in the weight room enough, so my wrist will handle all that signing.
Yeah. Some of those guys try to practice their autographs so that they can sign it fast, but still looks good.
Yeah, I've been practicing my autographs since I was a little kid.
Right.
And just sign it whenever you get a piece of paper.
If you could be paired on a football card with any player in history, who would you want to be on there with?
I like, Megatron. I just like the similar names. Calvin Johnson, Collin Johnson. It would be an honor, So.
Your dad's gonna get mad at you for that answer.
Why?
The first round draft pick.
My dad. That's a given. But it's I really respect Calvin Johnson's game.